Holy shit, Snow, it's been a minute.
It has been like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 weeks? Is that what it's been?
No,
I don't know.
It's been almost a month.
Not a month.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, GL.
So you mean to tell me the last time we fucking podcasted was like... Wait, today is the 20th. Yeah. June 20th?
It was June 21st.
We didn't podcast for July 4th?
No. We were on a break. You were on vacation.
We were on a break. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, I did. I went and visited my mom and friends and family for the 4th of July. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just taking a little mental reset.
I know. Yeah. Well, a lot of shit's been going on.
Yeah.
I mean, in the United States, but then also like in our personal lives.
Yeah, world, personal life, you know.
Personal life has been like, I mean, at least not my dating thing though. Oh, that's been okay.
It's been okay, really? We'll have to get back into those subjects again.
Yeah. I mean, I got to get back at it. I got to take it more serious. I've realized that I'm not really taking that serious enough because, I don't know, I kind of think I have a void because I'm leaving, you know? So yeah. I'm like, well, I don't want to really get attached to anyone.
You going to pull a Rosie O'Donnell? Leave the country and then somebody will revoke your citizenship because you criticized them?
What?
You didn't hear about that?
I didn't hear that she got her citizenship revoked, and I'd be like, you can go fuck yourself. You can't do that.
Not yet. Well, she moved to Ireland, right?
So what?
Autistic kid. Well, he's threatening to take her citizenship away.
Well, he can go fuck himself.
Yeah, you can't do it.
She was born here. And if she qualified to have Irish citizenship too, then good for her. Because I was like, okay, out of my DNA, according to 23andMe, I just asked my mom about this recently too. So that's interesting because it has to do with Ireland too. So I was like, all right, my biggest percentage of other country is 52.4% British Irish, right? That's my DNA according to my 23andMe. So I'm like, is that enough percentage to qualify for dual citizenship in another country? Or do you have to have even more than that?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because then if you have to have more than that, I'm fucked, because I don't. And then I have to go back to working on my mail order bride ad.
Right.
I've almost got it down. One of these episodes, I'm going to be reading it on there to all the foreign fellas out there. And be like, putting my fishing line out there. Save me!
Just a little personal off thing on that. Our Canadian friends, Carlo and Zena, they just got back from Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We should have them on again then.
I know. Let's talk about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they went over there and they talked about how horrible America is right now to the Irish. Because they can do that because they're like Canadians.
Well, apparently you had trouble getting to Canada, didn't you?
I did. I tried to go to Windsor.
This one's for our Canadian friends.
Oh, geez. So I tried to go to Windsor because I went and visited one of my very, very, very good friends, one of my besties, one of my sisters. So we went to Detroit, and she was like, when we're in Detroit, she goes, we're right by the border. And I'm like, what border? And she's like, to Canada. You can go, and I go, what part of Canada is on the other side? And she's like, Windsor. I'm like, oh, okay. And, so we're in our Uber car from the airport, and we're like, yeah, we can go to Windsor, blah, blah, blah. And the Uber driver's all like, oh yeah, you should go over there, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, but you're not allowed. I go, well, too bad I didn't bring my passport. That's what I had said. And this Uber driver, like, bitch, I gave you 5 stars and a good tip. And you fucking told me wrong. You did me wrong. Like, he's like, no, you can get in just with the real ID. That new ID that everyone has to have, you can get in. Like, no problem. I'm like, you don't need a passport? I'm pretty sure you need a passport. He was wrong. You need a passport. They're like, no, that real ID still does not prove, this is according to Canadians, still does not prove that you are a citizen of the United States. And I was like, okay, but it's from like the state in which I was born and have lived in my whole life. Doesn't matter. It doesn't say that that you are an actual citizen of that country. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to stop arguing with you on that. But the thing that tripped me out like the most that they kept asking us, they were like, why are you trying to come to Canada? And I was like, because I want to go to Canada. Like, I didn't realize I was this close to a border, and I've only been to British Columbia on a cruise, and it was only for like a couple hours. So I was like, I would love to go back to Canada, because from what I saw just of British Columbia, it's a beautiful country. Like, it was a very clean city, blah, 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 all that good stuff. So I was like, I wanted to come to your country. And they're like, okay, we get that, but what is your purpose? And I'm like, what do you mean, what is my purpose? I want to go to Canada. Like, I want to come visit my friends to the north. And they're like, yeah, but people usually have a reason for coming over here. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, they were starting to annoy me. I'm like, you guys are supposed to be nice, not annoying.
Why didn't you say, I just wanted to go for the fine Windsor cuisine?
I know. I didn't know what and maybe I should have said, I'm trying to try some poutine, okay? I'm like, yeah, that would have been a good one.
Why didn't you say, have you seen our president?
I did make a couple of jokes like that. I'm like, I can see why you guys don't like us a whole lot right now. Like, I get it. Like, I wouldn't want to become the 51st state either. Not under this regime anyways. So, no, but I was like sitting there, I'm like, haven't you? I go, so I asked them, I started doing the interview and I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you have never had Americans try to come over into Canada? Like, visit. You've never had this happen before? And they're like, well, yeah, we have, but they have a reason for coming over here. And I'm like, okay, what? I'm like, I don't know what. And then my friend gets mad at me. She goes, after a while, you wouldn't even talk to them anymore. You're just sitting there staring straight ahead. And I go, because I started feeling like I was going down the road of, bitch, you might need to lawyer up. I mean, these people are giving you nothing to go on. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm in trouble here. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to go home. I'm like, if you guys do send us back to America, is ICE going to be waiting there for us to question us? I fucking don't know. I don't know what's going to go on, right? So I'm like freaking out, And they're sitting there like, and then my friend's sitting there going, she's like, you better start calling your mom and trying to get a picture of your birth certificate or we're going to be here for a while. So I was making all kinds of jokes. I go, look at the guy behind the plexiglass. We got a flight to catch to Indy tomorrow? Are we going to be out by then? Like, are we going to make our flight or what? It's like in the afternoon. And he starts laughing. He goes, you're going to be out before then. I'm like, are you guys just trying to fuck with us then? I mean, what in holy hell is going on? And I was sitting there, like, telling my friend, because she's like, you need to prove where you're from. And I was like, Serena, they've pretty much already established that I am not Canadian. They know I'm not a Canadian. I'm like, where in the fuck else would I be from? Where in the fuck else do I belong?
Why didn't you play the Don't You Know I'm Snow from the Reality Redemption podcast?
I didn't think about throwing out my celebrity status there. Maybe I should have.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I did that and then they'd be like, "Oh my God, I listen." I'd be like, "Shut up."
You should have texted me. I would text you Jail's number. He's a lawyer.
Oh,
right?
Fuck, I didn't even think
And
about
then
that.
be like, fucking, hey, he just filmed a special here.
I know, like, you know how, like, you don't, yeah, but you know how, like, you don't want to inconvenience other people when you're in trouble? Like, you're like, fuck, what, I got to get out of this myself so I can not talk about it or at least have bragging rights that I was able to get myself
See,
out of it.
I could have sent you Jail's number and he could have got on the phone as Trump and been like, yeah, we don't want her here.
You know what? I know, right? He would have been like, you can keep her. She's a loudmouth broad. But you know what? So this is one thing that, yeah, the Canadians did actually lie to us about. Because they're like, well, or a boot. They're like, right? They're like, well, okay, what we're going to do you still want to go into Canada? After the guy was like, all right, I believe you guys that you guys are Americans, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, right, it's because of these mouths, right? We're a terrible people. So he's like, I believe you. He goes, so you have two options from here. What would you like to do? Do you want to still go into Canada? Because we will allow you to enter the country. But then you might have a longer process trying to go back. And Serena's like, no, I just want to go back. And I go, look, I didn't want to be mean because, you know, Canadians are nice people. I was like, look, I will go ahead and probably just go back to the U.S. and I'm going to come back over and visit you guys on a plane with a passport. Okay, that's what I hope to do. Because I still want to come to Canada. I still consider you guys I don't know what you guys think about Americans right now, but I still like you. I would like to come back and visit. So we went back and they go, okay, we're going to give you these papers that say that you forfeited up coming here. But just to let you know, it might take you longer getting into the United States. Guess what did not take us? They took us back. I was shocked too because I was like all worried.
They didn't go through your phone?
No, what they did was they took the paperwork that Canada gave us and all 5 of our IDs, looked them over. It took him maybe like 2 minutes in his booth. I think he might have called someone. Then he comes back and he's like, you guys are good to go. And I was like, he spent more time in Canada than we had to spend. Like it was not like my experience at the U.S.-Mexico border. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Took a lot longer to get back into the United States down there. Might have some issue to do with like the different colors and whatnot down there that, you know, they're more racist about the border down there. I don't know.
So how'd the rest of the trip go?
It was amazing. It was awesome. It was
Did you go to 8 Mile?
Just what I needed. Oh my God, I drove past there. So I'm driving past because that part sucked. I go and get my rental car. Never renting from Budget again. Anyone out there listening, do not go to Budget. It took forever. You had to go standing in the line just to check in to get your car, to like check in. 1.5 hours it took me to go through that fucking line. The line was almost going out the door, right? Then you get to go get into another line to wait for your car. To wait for them to wash it, gas it up, so you can fucking leave. Lame. So I finally got out of there, and I'm texting Serena. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. And I'm talking to her, and I go, oh my God, Serena, I just passed 8 Mile. It said 8 Mile, like where from Eminem's from, you know? I'm like, she's like, did you turn your Tinder on? I'm like, oh shit, you just reminded me, girl, I gotta turn my, because I always said if I go to Detroit, I'm turning on my Tinder there because I watched an interview where Eminem had said that he uses Tinder because he likes to meet regular gals. So I fired it up. I never got him as a match though. I'm like, what? Never did. I'm like, damn it, now I'm gonna have to go back. Try again.
Yeah.
So I was like deleting all these. I gotta tell you though, Michigan has a lot of hot dudes in it. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, and I was deleting all of them because I didn't want to start getting messages from them because I'm like, well, fuck, I'm only gonna be here for like 4 days. You know, no sense in getting their hopes up. And
Right.
so I'm like,
Hi.
so yeah.
Snow from the reality redemption.
I know, but I'm going back to Arizona. I mean, unfortunately, but they like it reminded me of like because you know how like Chicago's like on my list to possibly stay at for a while after retirement because there's lots of hot dudes there too. I'm like, holy fuck, Michigan is now on the list. There was a lot of good-looking guys on there. Yeah, but I had to like swipe left on them because they weren't Eminem. I was like, you're not Eminem. You're not Eminem. You're not Eminem.
Did they have the thing in Detroit where they don't go out and inspect your car, but you drive through this thing that scans the car with cameras all around it?
I didn't go through that.
Yeah, they went through that in Columbus.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So, thank God.
How was Indianapolis? Did you get to see Brent?
I did not because remember he was in he was in Pennsylvania. He said he had shows in Pennsylvania. I think I forget which part, but no, Indy. Oh my God, Becky, way better than I thought it was gonna be. I want to go back and stay in Indy for like a whole month. I want to go back and stay. Like
Really?
we had an amazing time. So we stayed in an apartment instead of like I found it still on the Expedia website, but it was an apartment instead of a hotel. Fucking adorable. Like I would literally go back and stay in the same place. It was so cute. It was so awesome. Like me and Serena kept saying, well, we got to go back to our apartment now. Like we're like just totally fitting in, acting like we fucking live there and whatnot. You know, all the people were like so nice. Serena did get kicked out of the gay bar. I should tell about that story because that was pretty fucking funny.
I get kicked out of a gay bar.
Oh my, and you will never believe what they said, too, when they kicked her out. That was the thing that was the most shocking.
Well, I can imagine why you'd get kicked out of a gay bar. But if it was a situation like Brent at the, not Brent got kicked out, but that lady, that MAGA lady got kicked out.
Oh, yeah, if you were acting like that, that is not what happened. That was not what happened. First off, like, yeah, no, that's not what happened. So this is what happened. Like, Serena had accidentally, like, the place was, like, tight-fitting in some spots, you know, like walkways and whatnot. So she was trying to walk through this one spot, and this big, huge, okay, this is going to sound bad, but this is actually a medical term. This is a legit medical term. The word obese is a medical term. I'm not saying that to, like, fat shame anyone. But this guy was technically obese, right? So, walking through an area, she was, not me, okay? And she accidentally brushed up against him, right? So, he had a problem with that, and he told her right then, he goes, you just touched me, and I am not okay with that. And so she was like, she goes, what do you mean I touched you? You mean like this? And like gently brushed his hand, right? She goes, you mean like that? And he goes, you just did it again without my permission. It is not okay for you to touch me. So then he went and told the staff there, right? The guy who checks your ID when you come in, and the bartenders. So the bartenders, or the guy that checks your ID comes over to me and he goes, the staff, the bartenders, and the other staff think that your friend is a bit too much, and it's time for you to leave. All right, a bit too much. Coming from a gay bar, right? Coming from a gay bar. That's exactly what he said, though. And I was like, I started laughing because I'm like, you think she's like, you're really going to use the term she's a bit too much, right? So he's like, you're going to have to leave. So I'm like, Serena, we got to go. And at this point, I didn't know about the brushing up against the guy, right? I go, Serena, we have to go. You're getting kicked out. And she she was like, okay, whatever, fine, let's leave. You know, she was like, fine, let's go. She didn't care. She was like, if they want me to leave, I'll leave. But so then I told her about what the guy said, and she told me about the guy that she accidentally touched. She goes, yeah, and that's not even the end of it. She goes, so I brushed up against him. And then the staff came over. She goes, that guy came over and talked to me about the situation. So this is what I said to him. She goes, I said to him, I barely fucking touched him. Yes, I brushed up against him because look at how big he is. It's hard to get around him in certain spots of this. I go, that's probably why you got kicked out. Because then they took it up a notch and they were like, oh, now she's fat shaming someone.
Oh, come on.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, that is bullshit. It's like, dude, you know that there's tight corners. Like where you had to leave, the end of the bar, like this part of the bar was all open. You could fit tons of people standing there. But on the corner of the bar, they had like a table set up in the corner. So it was a very tight walkway if you wanted to, let's say, I don't know, go to the bathroom, which people typically have to do when they're in a bar and drinking. Yeah.
If you've had a bit too much.
So that's what happened. She must have brushed up with him somewhere between there. And then then I was even telling her, I go, what if you accidentally had brushed up against him, but somebody else like grabbed him and that's what he's trying to sit there and say? That like maybe somebody groped him? Because why would he freak out over some shit like that? You know, that just seems ridiculous to me.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm in those situations, I expect to be rubbed up against. I mean, not if it's wide
like
open,
when you're at a concert, anything like that. I mean, I've had a similar situation at a Social D concert where this guy was like, the concert didn't even start yet. We were literally standing next to this guy and his wife. And he goes, excuse me, like taps me on the arm. He's yelling at me. No one else in our group. He's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah. Hi. And he's like, you are in my bubble. And I go, what? And he goes, you are in my bubble. I have an invisible bubble around me and you are invading my space. And I go, so I was a bitch. I go, really? You know you're at a fucking punk show, right? You know that, and you know that like a mosh pit is going to start happening in here when the band finally comes on. Your bubble is about to get burst. I was like, I was mad. I'm like, don't even fucking talk to me. Like, first off, I never touched you. I literally came down to stand on the floor and wait, just like you are, for the band to come on. What a fucker.
I've done one of those shows on Fremont Street, and this was right after COVID, and it was the same situation where there was a good 20 feet between this guy and the person in front of him, and it was a little bit before the show started. So I stepped in front of him. There wasn't a whole lot I could go to the left or the right, so I'm like, well, if you're going to stand back here, I'm going to go 15 feet closer, And he goes, hey, you're cutting in front of me. I'm like, you left, there's a wide open space, and by the time the show starts, we're all going to be packed in here
You're
to begin
like,
with.
3 people could fit in front of you, you fuckface. God.
Just fucking people.
I know, I kind of want to tell people, don't go to a fucking concert then, especially a punk rock show where you know a mosh pit is going to start. Anyways.
Fuck.
Fucking asshole fucking people.
No flight delays or anything like that.
No, not mine.
Oh, good.
She got her flight home delayed just a slight bit. I think like a half hour or something. But since it happened, like she said that they gave everyone everyone got their own row and everyone got free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of
something.
cool. So, because, yeah, she was able to text me the whole time. And she's like, hey.
Yeah. Fucking speaking of concerts, did you see the couple at the Coldplay show?
Yeah.
So Coldplay does this thing where they do a lot of shows. They do a lot of sporting events where they'll have like the kiss cam, right? And Chris Martin's about to sing one of the love songs, and then they're showing the couples, and you see this guy who looks like, if I had to guess, probably about my age, I would say,
like mid-50s.
Silver fox looking guy.
Silver fox
has his arms around this woman. And then they realize that they're on this camera, and the guy just immediately panics and he dives to the ground. And she turns around embarrassed, and her friend her friend is right next to her, just laughing her ass off.
And her friend's kind of like, oh damn, one of those.
Well, it turned out it's the CEO of this company called Astronomer. Guy's worth $1 billion. Both of them are married. Now.
The lady is married too?
She's married too.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's married to a CEO of some other company.
Okay.
So if they had just not had that reaction, nobody would have thought twice about the whole thing. And the next day, this blows up. I mean, everything on social media. They were even having like the Philadelphia Phillies have the Philly Fanatic, that funky looking mascot thing.
Oh yeah.
Where they did the kiss cam at there, and went and he had his arm around the lady Fanatic, and then they get on camera and the two mascots are diving to the ground and stuff like that. It's happening all over. It turns out this guy had to resign.
Is that
over it?
What city were they in?
Boston.
Boston.
Well, Foxborough. They were at the Patriot Stadium.
Okay.
So
I didn't know where they were.
Yeah, he was from New York, but the show was actually in Boston.
Okay. They probably figured if we go to a Boston show, it'll be a lot safer for us to cheat there.
And you know what they did? Before he resigned, he fired the guy that secured the tickets for him.
What a dick.
Yeah. Fuck, and then,
it was his fault.
And then Coldplay comes out and says, well, from now on, if you want to bring your mistress, we'll have a camera-free section. So you can just sit there.
Yes, the jokes. The jokes that one can make.
Fuck. And then, I think you were aware of this, that CBS settled a lawsuit with Trump about editing the Harris interview on 60 Minutes. Oh. And they paid him.
Why would you pay him?
They paid him something like $30 million, but that money, it was almost like laundering money, because they turned around and just paid that money back to CBS. And it's all because CBS and Paramount want to merge with Skydance, Steven Spielberg's company. And it's been held up, and of course, you would need FCC approval to do all this. So this and that. What happens this week, you probably haven't heard this, and you're going to be pissed when you hear this, is I told you Jon Stewart was going to get in trouble because he talked shit about the deal, and why would Paramount pay that? Well, Stephen Colbert comes back from vacation after 2 weeks, and he just makes a joke, and he was just like, hey, I can't believe that you're paying off this bribe, for this merger.
No shit. I can't believe it either.
Well, you know what happens?
I fucking hate billionaires.
You know what happens?
What?
2 days later, Stephen Colbert comes on. They canceled his show.
Permanently?
Yeah. It's done in May of next year.
No more Stephen Colbert?
Yeah. Well, at least
ever?
At least not on CBS. Yeah, they got rid of him.
No more of my birthday twin? He is one of my birthday twins.
They canceled the whole late night show. So no more late night.
They can go fuck themselves?
Yeah,
straight up their fucking assholes. I am so fucking mad.
Yeah. Fucking, we're not working for CBS.
No, you do not touch Stephen Colbert.
Oh, they did. They canceled him. Literally.
This is some Nazi-ass fucking shit.
The people that bitch about cancel culture were actually celebrating that
you
he got canceled.
You guys are fucking Nazi-ass, fake-ass, motherfucking bitch-ass. I fucking hate all of them. Yeah. This is why I hate the extremely rich. Look at this. With all that money, you get all this power, and guess what happens with that power? It gets corrupted, gets out of control. We can't trust you.
Yeah, and now CBS, I thought they were the ones, 60 Minutes, the legit journalism channel, right? They take journalism seriously, and apparently not.
No, they don't. They fucking listen to what the Nazis tell them they are allowed to report on. Yeah, they are. They're fucking Nazis. I mean, I have bit my tongue on using that word, but what the fuck else am I supposed to call it?
Do you see fucking...
This is fucking bullshit.
You also didn't see fucking this. This happened too. This is the advantage of being on vacation. You don't have to deal with all this shit while I'm sitting here, you know what I mean? I'm just, doing show research. Fucking Greg Gutfield.
That fucking unfunny motherfucking piece of shit.
Late night host out there.
Fucking loser.
He sits there in front of his panel and he literally said this. He goes, well, you know how black people took the N-word back so they could use it, and it took the power of that word away? Do you know what I'm saying? He literally said this. He goes, we're going to take the Nazi back, and he goes to his panel. I'm a Nazi. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. And one of the panelists, whoever the girl was, goes, yeah, I'm a Nazi. He goes, I'm glad you used the hard I at the end. Legitimately said that. That unfunny motherfucker. So
I guess now that
proudly
proves,
calling some Nazis.
I guess now that proves that they just proved me wrong, MJ. I can't call them Nazis now. You gotta just call them fascists, because they won't understand the correlation of those two words anyways, because they're so fucking stupid.
Yeah, they don't.
So it's back to just, you guys are fucking fascist ass bitches.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Fascists.
They don't understand IST and ism.
Right? Fascism?
Yeah.
You live
Socialism.
under a fascism regime, and you are also fascists.
Well, look, fucking, they wanted to get rid of that fucking guy running for mayor in New York.
I know.
Mondami.
Right?
They're calling him a socialist. Just because...
Actually, they went full-blown communist. Anytime they hear the word socialist, they just... Because they think that communist is bad. Communist, though, is actually worse than socialism. Technically, if you look at the textbook definition, right? But, so anytime they hear the word socialist, they just skip over that and they roll right with communist anyway. Sometimes they'll still use socialism, but they've figured it out lately, since more people call them out on it, because all you have to do is say, if they sit there and talk shit about socialism, well, yes, I believe in socialist security, say it like that. We are part socialist,
right? And
what do you think? So our military, we're supposed to support the troops and whatnot, which we do. I support the troops. I support the troops with my tax dollars too. The military is pretty much the definition of socialism. We're all paying into the system for the benefit of it, for the protection. It's kind of like, you pay in to get the benefits.
Well, and I don't like all this guy's policies in New York City, but some of it I totally agree with. Okay, he wants rent control. He wants to keep.
What's wrong with that?
He wants to keep these greedy bastards from not gouging the fuck out of the prices, and he wants to make sure if you work in New York City that you have a livable wage to pay for such apartment.
And what's wrong with giving free buses?
Yeah.
How much does a bus fucking cost? Like $1.50 to ride? What is the fucking big deal about just making it free? So that's one less expense people have to worry about. They can go work. They can go to their job.
Are the buses in Kingman free?
No.
They're not? Oh.
No. You have to pay for those. It's probably the same though, like a $2 ride, but it's like, why can't tax money go for that? Why does tax money have to go so that rich people don't have to pay taxes? Why can't it go so that, I don't know, people who don't really have the extra money, they could be spending that on food, but instead they get a free ride to their job to go contribute to society? Why can't it go to that? I mean, if we're just asking questions here, right?
Why is it that the lowest of the low on the totem pole, and I mean financially, I don't mean, low in society, I just mean people with low incomes.
Right.
Why do people with low incomes, and say in this area, support these tax cuts for billionaires?
I don't get it.
Fucking why? Why? When that money could go towards maybe your food stamps that might be getting cut off with this big, beautiful bill.
Maybe healthcare.
Fucking.
So you can stay healthy to go to work.
It goes so far. Like Gutfield and all the other people on the right wing were fucking bitching about the Superman movie. Why? Because in the new Superman movie, Lex Luthor is this billionaire who wants to take over this country, become the king, so he can control over the natural resources in that country. Sounds a little bit on point, given...
Sounds a lot like Putin, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what it reminds me of.
The natural resources, that's why he wants Ukraine.
But James Gunn he wrote this probably 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Right. He wrote it when Biden was still president of the United States.
But he was forward enough thinking, going, fucking a lot of these rich tech world billionaires are not good people.
They're not.
And Superman stands up for the little person.
He always has.
Always has. And now they say Superman's fucking woke now. I'm not going to say it. Superman's woke. There's literally cartoons from the 30s that fucking Superman's punching out Nazis and he's punching out KKK.
Right? Because Superman, they also used Superman back in the day when the Jim Crow laws were trying to be enacted. Superman was used, I hate to tell all you racists out there, but go back in the way back machine, get in your time machine, go back, or it's called the internet, go on there, look up old Superman fucking posters. Go look them up.
Yeah.
Because you will see that he's talking to a group of kids.
Diverse.
Who are all different races and colors and religion. And he's talking about how that is what America is about. America is about different races and different religions. And we should accept all of them. Because that is what America used to stand for.
Yeah,
we used to stand for that. We used to stand for separation of church and state. We fought all these years for civil rights. We used to stand for that shit.
Yeah. And now it's all about, well, let's just fucking, we're good Christians, right? We're good Christians. But Jesus loves America more than any other country. And Jesus would want ICE to round up these immigrant workers on farms. There was one in California that they raided this marijuana farm in California, and there was one migrant on the roof who fell and died during this raid.
Oh, jeez.
Is that what fucking Jesus would want? Would Jesus want fucking all this shit?
No! Jesus or Superman would have swooped down and fucking saved him.
Yeah.
When he was falling off, would have swooped down, caught him, and saved him. That's what happened in the Superman movies. But Jesus is also kind of like... Superman's kind of modeled after Jesus in a way. I mean, in a way, he saves people.
Yeah, and
That's what Jesus does.
and they're all for good Christians are all for rounding up people and putting them in these fucking cages in Alcatraz or wherever, putting them up in the swamps.
It's alligator Auschwitz, right?
No, alligator,
Auschwitz.
Alligator Alcatraz is what they call it.
I know, but the left
yeah.
started calling it alligator Auschwitz because they're acting like a fucking death camp.
Yeah.
I mean, you're putting people in the swamps. Like, I remember listening when one of the radio hosts was first talking about this, and this is a radio host in New York, and he's sitting there going, they're talking about how there's like alligators there, and I'm like, I'm sitting there screaming into the radio because I have been to the Everglades. I've been to Louisiana. I'm like, there are fucking alligators there. Sorry. I was like, I know, I went up to a fucking 12, right? Like, there are fucking alligators there. That is where alligators live. Do you just think that cute alligator is just a mascot of the Florida Gators team for no reason? No.
No, and you have these people.
They live there.
You have these great, good Christians.
God damn it.
Selling alligator Alcatraz merchandise, hats and T-shirts.
Yeah. And like, the whole area is full of fucking gators. It's not, you don't put people there. You don't put a camp there with people there. No. The alligators will try to fucking eat the people.
Yeah.
What are you, fucking insane?
And those same Christians are all for locking people up without due process. Or it's like, well, they're sex trafficking. We need to protect the children. So this was a big one of this week, and I know you know this story. Protecting the children, right? That's that.
If I could just say real quick.
Okay.
Like, these same people are the same people, though. The only way that they're considered Americans, in my book, I guess, like, they try to look the part. They're the kind that are like, to quote Bill Burr from his last stand-up special, the people who look like it's the fucking 4th of July every goddamn day. Those motherfuckers. And they think that they're more patriotic than the rest of us. Fuck you. You don't even know the Constitution. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. And so here it is. Protecting the children. Okay? What over the last 10 years or so has been the big scandal about protecting children?
Epstein.
Bingo.
Ding,
Epstein.
ding, 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 ding. I did see something on the news that said now Trump's trying to sue the Wall Street Journal over Epstein.
Yes, there's a lot to unpack here.
He's like, I need to get more money. My sneakers aren't selling enough.
He is suing the Wall Street Journal because Wall Street Journal published a letter that on Epstein's 50th birthday, they put together this book, and Trump drew a picture, allegedly, of a naked woman, and he signed, and he put this little conversation that they had, may your secrets, or another day, another secret, or may your secrets always stay safe. And he signed his Donald Trump, his EKG.
Gross!
No, he signed his EKG, how
yes!
up, down. He signed it over the girl's pubic hair in the drawing.
Gross!
So the Wall Street Journal published that. That's why he's suing them.
But that is literally your handwriting, your signature, your everyone.
He says, I don't do drawings. But then they came out with, of course, everything is a lie. He always used to doodle like skylines of New York City, and he would sign it, and they would sell it to charities. Just these little drawings.
We need a forensic signature, the forensic handwriting expert to come out and be like, we've compared them, they're very similar.
So, and this was going on before you left. Okay, so apparently the Epstein files were sitting on Pam Bondi's desk, right? This is the last we heard. Mm-hmm. So she could review it, and then they would release them, and they'd get the gotcha, the Bill Clintons, the Bill Gates, and whoever else is...
Take all of them down.
Right, yeah, right.
Any of them who have been fucking children, I don't care what you're registered as politically, y'all need to go down.
So, then, it comes out, if I can keep because the timeline is so fucked up that then, well, no, there is no Epstein list. Now, I sort of agree with that. I don't think there's a list that goes, yep, people who have fucked kids on the island. Ex-president, current president, CEO of this company, this person, prince of whoever.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not using names just because I don't know who's actually on it. So I doubt there's a list of names, but there's these files that
there's the flight records
and all that other stuff. And
they
all
know
the
who was on those
all
flights.
the testimony that
and those girls all know.
Ghislaine, how do I say?
Ghislaine has information, but the girls who were molested, they know who was on there and who was molesting girls.
Yeah.
They were there.
So all of a sudden, that doesn't exist at all.
Right?
The next day, it doesn't exist. Never existed. Well, then why is Maxwell still in prison? Why was Epstein in prison?
Mm-hmm.
Then if there was nothing to be seen or done, why are they in prison? Right? Then it comes out a day or two later that, well, there is these Epstein files, but it was written by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
I almost spit my drink out. What the fuck?
Yes.
Wait, what? Whoa,
yes.
Whoa.
Yes. And so...
somebody's been watching QAnon.
So the Democrats came up with this evil plan to fake this Epstein list with prominent Democrats and Republicans on it, allegedly.
Okay. Yeah.
And they kept it secret and did not release it before the last election.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. They withheld this information so Trump could become president, and then they could use it to get him out of office.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Now, if that was true, why didn't they release it before the election?
No shit. That gets filed under no fucking shit. That also gets filed under... Can you guys come up... No, the craziest thing about this, though, is like all the dip fucking shits that we live around are going to believe that. They're probably out there in the streets. Oh, no, you know, Obama and Hillary did this.
We're going to see these names at any time.
Bill Clinton. We're going to see them.
Bill Clinton's going down.
Everybody but Trump. Trump's never going to go down because he didn't ever do nothing wrong.
You do a good...
dumbass?
No, that's the Jeff Dunham puppet.
Oh, I was like trying to be just a fucking random dumbass in Kingman who has a southern accent, yet they are literally born, bred, and raised in Kingman.
All right, so to break it down...
fucking morons.
To break it down to the simpletons. There was this list that was going to take down all the blood-drinking, child-eating...
Pizzagate, motherfucking living at motherfucking fucking...
And then it was sitting on the desk waiting to get reviewed, but then there was nothing sitting on the desk waiting to get reviewed, and now it was sitting on the desk waiting to get reviewed, but it was written by Obama and Clinton. And another reason we can't see it is because there's child pornography on it, and if you want to see it, that means that you're into watching child pornography. If I've got the story, does it sound like I'm getting the story straight? It's so fucking nuts. You cannot make this shit up.
Now hearing this shit, it's like I come home to this, and like, you know, my whole time driving home, I was like, you know, the thing about driving home is like, I think the most refreshing part of it is the familiar surroundings. And it's the familiarity, right? But I'm like, I had such an amazing journey, like making new friends and whatnot. The familiarity, like it was there, because, you know, the scenery is still beautiful. You know, when I look out where I live, you know, there's beautiful mountains here. And don't get me wrong, I will always cherish my friends. You guys always have a place to come visit me. I will come back and visit you, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I can't even, like, the familiarity wasn't even a big issue this time. Because I'm like, I just can't go back to the land of fucking stupid. And then this all confirms all of it. This is so fucking goddamn dumb.
But this is countrywide, though.
I know that. That's why I'm like, if you don't think that I'm not good at making friends here, like, I can't make friends abroad, Like, I'm just like, I am having such a fucking difficult time. I feel like I'm going to have a breakdown on this fucking episode right now just because I cannot believe how fucking dumb some of the people are here. How fucking stupid are you? When are you going to fucking wake up?
I think,
will it still be time enough to where we have a fucking country left?
I think a certain
God,
a certain bit of it is fracturing off. Like Charlie Kirk was at Turning Point or whatever conservative bullshit he does. And he went to the crowd. He was doing crowd work. He goes, "Who wants to see who's on the list?" And the whole crowd is like, "We do."
I'm with you. I am with all the dumbasses on this. Yeah. Just get it the fuck out.
Yeah, fuck it.
We all want to know who's on that list.
And unlike certain people, we don't give a fuck who's on it. Take them down, all of them.
Part of mine of wanting to know who's on that fucking list is so I can brag my ass off myself. Because you know how I still think that I have the greatest fucking protest sign from the Kings, from the No Kings protest of all time. It is turning more and more that I do. I did.
Oh, and fucking
Elon.
And fucking.
Here's my sign for anyone who didn't see it yet. Elon. How many teen girls did Trump fuck? Seriously. Without the seriously part, but how many teen girls did he fuck? The fact that you guys are going on and on about this, and there's more cover-ups, and now they're getting even dumber, like Obama and Hillary had something to do with it. Really? So Obama and Hillary knew about Trump fucking these girls all along, way back in the Epstein days, and they fucking did all this. So they were doing all this behind the scenes so they could try to cover it up and try to blame it on them, blah, blah, blah.
And then release it after he's become president the second time.
I know, but they would have to actually know all this before. They're not knowing all this before. They are knowing when the rest of the fucking American people are knowing it.
Well, so part of the Trump thing is fracturing, although he said, I don't want you to talk about this. And immediately Charlie Kirk said, okay, well, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Fucking Alex Jones made a video where he's like he's going to throw up in his car because his conspiracy was crashed or whatever, so he thought.
I want to throw up in my car at the thought of Donald Trump banging fucking teenagers. I want to throw up.
Yeah. It's just...
It's gross. And it happened. You wouldn't be going to these lengths. I knew it. I knew it because people are like, well, you even had to listen to some people and like, well, we're not even saying that he messed around with any of these girls. Maybe he didn't do what Epstein did, but why is he on the flights and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there the whole time. I'm like,
allegedly,
y'all, he fucked some teenage girls.
Allegedly, he met Melania through Epstein. And the first time they had sex, Melania and Trump, was in the back of the plane because there was a bedroom in the back of the plane. Allegedly. I don't know.
Gross, but I don't know.
But no, if
she would have been of age, though. Who cares about that?
No, who cares about that? But the point being is,
I'm talking about the 15 and 16-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 14, or 13, or 12, or however old they were. Talk about those girls.
But if you weren't guilty, wouldn't you be like, I want this report to come out immediately. Here it is. See, I'm not on it. Or here's my ties. Here's my here's my ties with Epstein. I didn't realize.
I can prove to you that I did nothing wrong. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. Here is the evidence. So, I'm clearing my motherfucking name.
Do you know what Bonnie is doing though? This allegedly, from what I hear, there's 100,000 pages of documents. She has 1,000 people going through it to make sure that Trump isn't in it.
Yeah, but those are all. Won't they just destroy this?
Yeah.
I mean, so nobody ever knows?
They'll release it. They'll just redact it.
I know. So what good does that do? Number two, if they're the ones who have control over it and no one else can see them, they can pretty much have it say whatever they want, right?
Right. You could just write it. You could just rewrite the Epstein files and just not have any mention of Donald Trump.
The grossest part of all this, though, is these people, these folks in this administration know what's in there, and they're still willing to stick up for a child molester, work for a child molester, and keep their fucking mouth shut. That's what's the grossest.
I'm a big fan of Opie and Anthony. I was listening to Anthony's show, and I don't really tend to listen to him much, but he was talking about the Epstein files. I'm like, all right, let me hear what he has to say about it. And he was talking about exactly what we're saying. Hey, release it. Let's see who's in it.
Get it out there.
Get it out there.
Clear his name.
But he said this. He literally said this. And this is why I lost any remaining respect for Anthony Cumia. Was he had said, he goes, and if his name is on it, do you really think that would have made me vote for Harris? No way. I would have still voted the way I voted.
So you're like, I don't care. I would rather have a child molester than a black Asian woman as my president. Yeah. So you're racist. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what you're saying.
That's exactly the way it came off.
That's what you're saying, though. You're like, I literally, or you're sexist. Like, I'll give him that. Maybe he's not racist. Maybe it's not her race that has to do with it. Maybe it's simply the fact that she's a woman and he's like, no woman's fucking telling me what to do. Maybe that's how he is. I don't know. But either way, you would rather vote for someone who has fucked children. That's what you're saying. Well, you'd rather vote for somebody who has fucked children than someone who is a black Asian woman.
Don't you think like a lot of the Republicans would still do that? That they would.
If there was the election today, our county, Mojave County,
it'd be like
they would still have the same numbers. It would still be 75% of them.
Even if the Epstein file was released,
if
there was evidence out there,
even my friends on the other side of the aisle, who I like to think are decent people, they would still vote for Donald Trump knowing that he fucked children over Kamala Harris. Yep. They would. Yep. They would. And these are people that I work with on a daily basis. Like, another one of my coworkers made the statement. Another one of my coworkers made the statement. It's crazy. These are his words. It's crazy because these people are normal people in every other aspect of their life. They're just in this cult. And there's nothing that you can say about this man that he could literally be on a porn feed. He could be on Pornhub fucking 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, whatever age, right? He could literally be fucking on there. They could watch this and they would still fucking vote for him.
Right.
They would still do it.
Being good Christians and all.
Yeah. They would still. He could probably fuck an infant. Remember when we had the guy here who he fucked his own baby daughter and killed her by having sex with her? Because that's the kind of place we live in, you guys. That's how Kingman is. Okay, so he literally did that. Trump could do that, and these people would still vote for him.
The truest thing he ever said is, I could shoot someone on Fifth Ave and get away with it.
What he should have said was, I could shoot someone on Fifth Ave or fuck a teenage girl on Fifth Ave and you would still vote for me.
I could fuck an underage girl
you would.
on Fifth Ave, then shoot her, and you'd still vote for me.
You'd still vote for me. And some of you would line up to suck my dick. That's how much it is. Some of you would do that.
Yeah.
Seriously, they would. Men too. We're not just talking about women. There are men out there. I have heard men make the statement. I had a friend on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but he's like, I would stand in line and beat the shit out of old women and children just to lick Trump's feet. You know that guy would put Trump's dick in his mouth. You fucking know it. You fucking know it. Like, he made the statement like that. You know you're going to suck that cock if he asks you to. I know. I got to get all gross, but I'm like, whatever. You guys like a gross motherfucker. I am going to fucking gross it up for you. Because I can't with y'all. I can't. This is why I can't date them. This is why I can't date a MAGA guy. I can't. Because you guys are so fucking disgusting. If I tried to date you and you were fucking me, the whole time you'd probably be... And me. Like, you'd probably be sitting there fantasizing about fucking being with Trump. That's what it would be like. Nasty. You're nasty.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like fucking... Like some guys, they think about baseball to keep going longer. They're thinking about doing that to Trump.
I know, and with my tits? Yeah. Whatever. Paid a lot of money for these.
I think a certain comedians would agree with you there.
Right? I know. They make jokes. That's the thing I love most about our comedian friends, because that's what I told my dad. I was like, Dad, think of all the great jokes, though, after he learned that I had gotten, like, at first he was not happy at all, but I'm like, Dad, think of all the great jokes I can tell now with these. And then the comedians, our comedian friends, they tell jokes about these. I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life.
It's the best investment I ever had.
Right? Comedians be joking about them. Joking about the titties. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say, though, about... Because I'm not sure if I got this out earlier when I was talking about the story about Serena getting kicked out. And, like, so my friend, Serena, always has to remind me, she's like, yeah, but Sarah, they don't look at me like that. They always think that I'm, like, Mexican, which she's not. She's Native American, but she does look like she could be Mexican, right? And I'm like, yeah, but you know what, Serena? I don't think of you like that. You're just my sister. And I love you no matter what, So, yeah. But she was like, I think that's why I might have got kicked out, which sucks, somebody going and telling that. I don't know what the reason was. If it was like the brushing up against, the fact that she's not the same color. I don't know, but it's bullshit.
She is a little much, to be fair.
She's a little much in a fun way. She's a lot much. Okay, if we're going down that road, you know what? She's a lot fucking much. But it was a good time. I had like one of the best vacations that I've had in a long time. I was sad that I had to go home.
Yeah, and
I'm like, wish it could have continued.
We'll end this on a good note. Because we just unpacked a month of misery here. I recently reconnected with one of our friends. We were going to have her on the podcast very early on because she's the one that came up with the idea to have a cat house in Pahrump. But
oh, yeah, and I was talking to her about how I wanted to organize the prostitutes and get them a union. Yeah. I forgot about that part.
Yep. So we connected with her, and she's been battling cancer for a few years and a few surgeries and stuff like that. And we lost touch, and I just assumed,
the worst. That she didn't make it.
But no, she's still alive and kicking. And
I know, when you told me today, I was like, she's still here.
As feisty and funny as ever, and hopefully we can get her on the podcast.
I know. I'm like, I love her so much. She is one of the hands down, best, nicest people. Like, whenever all this stuff had happened, how, it was like she was only supposed to have a few months left. And I was like, that was one of the things where you really question God, because you're like, how could you let someone that is that good of a person no longer be with us? Like, she's a real treat. Like, she deserves to fucking be here. Like, there's so many people she could take their place. The world would be better. You know what I mean? Like,
but then you have the worst possible person this side of Hitler
as our president. I know.
And I don't know. Is it bad to think I'm like looking at those pictures of his cankles, just going, God, I just wish they'd just explode.
I heard about the cankles. I was dying. Oh my God.
Once more, credit to JL. That was one of his funniest videos ever.
That was the one that I showed Serena, and we were dying. We were like crying. We were laughing so hard. We're like, cankles. Turns out I have cankles.
Hey, it's good to be back, and I think we've got some more special guests in the near future coming up here, and we'll get back to doing this regularly again. So we missed you, and we'll talk to you next time.
We love you as always. Bye, y'all.
Bye.